Now, I know there have been plenty of sad episodes in TV before, but today I want to revisit what I consider to be the most heartbreaking episode of all time, Season 1, Episode 3 of Sword Art Online, titled The Red-Nosed Reindeer, or as I like to call it, the episode that broke children's spirits. When you first start watching Sword Art Online, the tone feels almost cozy. Episode 1 sets up the rules of the world, the concept of being trapped in the game. Episode 2 picks up with more action, but then Episode 3 hits and everything changes. It's a cruel reminder that even though this world looks bright and colorful, with cheerful music and no blood when players die, it's still a world built on death and despair. The episode starts with Kirito hanging out in a small diner with his friends, who are members of a guild called the Moonlit Black Cats. Despite being a solo player, he fits right in and quickly forms a connection with a shy girl named Sachi. Sachi is timid and afraid of the front lines, and even though Kirito is known as the fearless black swordsman, we start to see another side of him, someone who deeply cares about others. This is the first real glimpse into Kirito's emotional depth, and Sachi becomes a key part of his character development. Later, the guild leader Keita tells Kirito that Sachi has gone missing. Kirito searches for her and finds her hiding, absolutely terrified. This moment marks the first time Sword Art Online dives into the psychological horror of being trapped inside of the game. Sachi admits that she's scared of dying and wishes they could just run away from it all. Her words hit hard, and she questions why they have to die in this stupid game, and what the point of it all is. For the first time, we see the mental toll this world has on its players, the hopelessness, the fear, and the emotional isolation, and just the overall horror of what these kids are going through mentally. Kirito promises to protect her, but deep down he knows he can't protect everyone. Soon after, the guild heads into a dungeon on higher floors despite Kirito warning them not to. He hides how high level he really is, afraid that they won't accept him if they knew, but this decision ends in tragedy. The group gets trapped, and one by one they are wiped out. The last act hits like a punch to the chest. One wrong decision, one trapped room, and suddenly every single one of Kirito's friends are gone. No epic battle, no heroic rescue, just silence, flashing blades, and panic. Watching that scene for the first time, I had to pause. It was emotionally crushing. It's the moment that defines Kirito's loneliness for the rest of the series, and his fear of ever getting close to someone again. And just when you think things can't get worse, the show gives you a sliver of hope. There's talk about a rare in-game item that can revive a player. For a moment, you believe there's a way to undo the pain by defeating the boss to get the reviving crystal. Kirito risks everything to find it. Not because he wants to live, but because he feels he has nothing left to live for. But just as things feel like they are starting to turn around, the episode hits you with an emotional twist when it turns out that the crystal that is used to revive a dead player must be administered within the first 10 seconds of a player being killed, which re-emphasizes to Kirito that Sachi is really gone and there is no hope left. Now, I wouldn't call this the most devastating episode if it weren't for the last act of this episode, when Kirito receives a message that Sachi had pre-recorded. It plays her voice, and in the final message, that's when the heartbreak becomes complete. She thanks him, she forgives him, she even wishes for him to stay alive and to get back to the real world, and to find the deeper meaning to why they were trapped in this world. And it's that kindness, that pure, undeserved kindness, that absolutely destroys him. It's not a story about death. It's a story about guilt. Kirito survives, but he doesn't live. From that point on, he carries the weight of those names, every single one of them, as his reason to keep fighting. The final act in episode 3 reminds us that in Sword Art Online, death isn't just a mechanic, it's real. And the worst part isn't losing people, it's knowing that you could have saved them. That's why the Red-Nosed Reindeer stands out. It's not the blood, the loss, or even the tears. It's that quiet moment after where Kirito is completely alone, and the only thing left in the snow is guilt. Anyways, that was the video on what I consider to be the most heartbreaking episode in anime history. Obviously, this is just my opinion. I'm sure there are lots of other really sad episodes that I haven't seen, but this is definitely the most heartbreaking one I've seen, and it's definitely one of my favorite episodes of all time. If you enjoyed the video and you made it this far, please leave a like and consider subscribing. And yeah, peace.